What if I told you the guy that built an entire career and business model off of calling out sketchy supplement companies within the fitness industry and also calling out fake naturals and other fraudsters within the fitness industry is also a massive fraudster himself? This man might have actually been selling fake testosterone for years now, and he's completely dead silent to this day. I'm talking about Derek More Plates, More Dates, and Greg Doucette, the screaming childlike, well, in height at least, man, is also exposing this individual. Let's break it down because there's a lot to cover. And you would be asking, Colton, testosterone? What are you talking about? Testosterone, what is testosterone? It's really not important. It's a pretty useless product. We covered it on this channel several times in many different videos. We've talked about basically how there's studies coming out that show it's virtually useless in humans and does basically nothing. We've also covered how Greg Doucette's own testosterone is a little bit sketchy even in itself. And we've also discussed Derek More Plates, More Dates testosterone before. There's a big lore on this channel. So basically, let me explain what happened now. Greg's been making a claim as of late that Gorilla Mind's testosterone product, Turplex, is a complete scam. The bottle says it contains Ajuga turkesterone, turkestinistra. I think that's how you say it.
Ajuga turkestanica.
Basically the real plant that actually has or produces testosterone. But third-party testing from Greg Doucette and a different company called Nootropics Depot, a very awesome company, may I add, they have some amazing products, is showing that there's none of it in the product at all. In fact, there's not even just none of it, but there's mostly just sugar in the product. Worse yet, the plant used isn't even from Uzbekistan, which is where the actual testosterone grows. This is honestly needless information, but just so you understand, Derek has been using a Chinese knockoff of testosterone, which inevitably doesn't even have testosterone in it, or at least the Ajuga turkestanica. I don't know.
Ajuga turkestanica.
Even though there are some in there, it's at such a low level, we don't even know what plant are in these products at this point because it's not matching either of the major compounds that you can detect.
It's not from Uzbekistan, and therefore it's not turkestanica. In the same way that bananas can't grow in the North Pole, it's too cold, you can't grow Ajuga turkestanica in China.
But basically, what's happened here is even confirmed by the company that manufactures the product for Derek, there's nothing in it. There's no actual testosterone in it, and they've had to take away the claims that there is testosterone in their product. Even on the website, this is true.
Rather than pulling their products off the market, they've decided to relabel it. After all, previously it said 10% testosterone. And so they relabeled it, and they say, we make no claims of testosterone. None whatsoever. And so when I right-click on Turkplex and look at the URL image, it literally says testosterone.
So Derek, the guy who exposed the Liver King and exposed other people for lying about their products or talked about how unefficacious some other products in the fitness industry are, and then leveraging that to make his own efficacious products, turns out to not be so efficacious. He's been peddling bunk supplements for years, fellas. And Greg didn't just run his mouth about this stuff. He brought the entire he brought the graph, bro. He brought the graph. He tested basically the Turkplex and the Ectoplex, which is their other products. And by the way, this is essentially through testing the same product. There are two different products on his website claiming to do two different things. It's actually the same thing in the capsule.
We ran a chromatograph on all the ectosteroids possible. And so you know how Gorilla Mind sells Turkplex and Ectiplex? They're two different products. They're the same. They're identical, like identical twins. There's no difference. And so if you purchase Ectiplex or Turkplex, you're actually buying the same thing that's been labeled something different to make more money. As you can see, on the top, we have Ectiplex. On the bottom, Turkplex. The exact same fingerprint.
And what do you know? Greg is basically exposing him for having a fake supplement company whilst having the same products himself. But hey, it is what it is. Supplements, I've talked about this before, they're probably on like in tiers of things you need to be worried about in fitness. Supplements are all the way. Like take the fucking pyramid and here's like your well-being mentally. Below that is your nutrition. I'd say below that's your sleep. Everything all the way it out. Like all the way under the fucking bedrock is where supplements are, okay? They're probably the least important thing for you to be considering. So when we're talking about this stuff, it's like, in my mind, it's kind of funny because people have spent almost multi-millions of dollars on these products that have never been shown in humans to do anything, and actually now have human clinical research to show they do nothing. So it's just funny to me. I don't know. Why are they doing this? To make money, obviously. To make money is very clear. And Greg's test results show that basically Derek's product had no terkesterone. It was it's pejoratively sugar, and it didn't even have any real traceable amounts of the ajuga terkesterone. So there's that. But what Greg was able to show is that his brand, HTLT Turk Max, did test with over 8% terkesterone, more than the 5% label claim. So Greg's showing up with the receipts and telling it like it is. Now, there's something really interesting because Derek, of course, got his own testing a while back. And ever since he did this to prove his righteousness, he hasn't said a single word, not a YouTube video, not an Instagram post, not snarky comments on any videos talking about this matter, just crickets. And if Derek had a real defense about this matter, it would be I would, at least if it was my business, be able to very well defend it because I'd have a stack of evidence supporting that this is real product, right? If it was my business. But this is all Derek has been able to generate was the gorilla mind testing that was done, which was supposed to be done by a certified lab, which was actually known as ABC Labs. Problem with ABC is that they've actually been cited by the FDA as failing proper calibrated equipment. So basically they don't have well-established equipment. They failed to verify testing accuracy. They failed to detect bacteria that led to people dying. Okay, keep that in mind. That lab is what Derek used to prove that Turkplex was real. The point is that Derek probably didn't just get lucky here with a good batch of terkesterone. He probably just, paid somebody who has a less than awesome career to do the testing in a positive manner that shows, yeah, guys, I have the best terkesterone on the market. And the craziest part about all of this is that the terkesterone product in the talks right now was known to be fake years ago. Some of the public actually knew about this on Reddit and stuff, and people have been talking about it. But this is what blows my mind, is that Derek actually talked to Greg and asked Greg not to talk about the fake terkesterone publicly, told him to keep quiet. He even told Jeff Nippard to keep quiet regarding the fake terkesterone because Jeff Nippard was in on it.
Why doesn't Derek and Gorilla Mind prove what's in theirs? Did they respond? No. Do they have this? No. Oh my God, we've been exposed. They make these changes. No response to Coach Greg. No mention of me. Let's hope it dies down the way Derek did this almost 3 years ago. Remember that, Derek? Remember that phone call? Oh, but Coach Greg's a snake oil salesman. Oh, Greg, don't tell them about it. Let's keep it a secret. I'll call Jeff Nippard and I'll tell him. Don't make a video about this. Don't say anything. I'm friends. No one will want to take me down. And so when I responded, Derek, I'm going to post a video. I can't lie to my audience. What did you then do? You posted a video 2 hours before mine. What did you ask me to do to cover it up? Remember that, Derek? And so, yeah, get out your popcorn. This is the truth. Do I look and sound like I'm lying?
You guys, this is like this fucking BlackRock or something. Like, people are in the know here. It's crazy. And then all the way 2 years ago, as soon as Greg found out that, the terkesterone product was fake, essentially what happened is Derek rushed to make a video trying to prove its legitimacy and control the narrative and telling other influencers not to post any videos, let him post a video first to create a baseline. And so be it, no one actually posted videos. Now, the man's got some fucking cred because apparently I would have posted the video being like, hey guys, this is fake. But apparently no one wanted to post a video. So now, 2 years later, when Greg has some very, very, very hard evidence supporting that, yeah, quite frankly, Derek's product has nothing in it, we're coming out with this information, finding out that there's numerous influencers involved in this. So the craziest thing to me right? We have a guy who has built a career in businesses off of fundamentally exposing people for having bullshit supplements, exposing people for being fake naturals, i.e. the Liver King, SARMs, scams, selective androgen receptor modulators, TRT grifters, people claiming they're natural, but they're definitely on the Sazul, and a lot more. And I think it's really messed up. He allegedly has been selling a fake product, allegedly. And I think that's fucking disgusting because we see this happen so much, and you would hope the guy that you've probably watched hundreds of hours of content from that has gained virality to a degree where he's been able to go on Joe Rogan multiple times, what we could assume to be trustworthy. But let's be real, that's not the fucking case, okay? You shouldn't even trust me. I could be lying right now. I'm not selling you any supplements, but if I was, I probably wouldn't buy them, right? There's just too much bullshit in this fucking world. You gotta be careful, okay? You gotta watch your own back, and sometimes the best thing to do is to turn this puppy, the screen, flat down on its face and walk outside and touch some grass, okay? That's just the reality of what we're working with here. Essentially, Derek has been selling what is likely or allegedly to be a fake product for over a year and maybe longer, and getting millions of dollars off of this product while making several videos about it, marketing it, and pushing advertisements about it, saying that it is the real deal, the Ajuga Turtestosterones, whatever, and it's not. So that's definitely illegal. There's allegedly some big stuff happening. We'll see what happens. I'm really interested. If you're interested, follow me for more. Subscribe down below, like, comment. It will do you massive favors for the channel. I'll love you, and you'll have a Bugatti in your backyard.
Yeah, I don't just have a normal Bugatti. It's a pure sport, custom color, custom everything, custom spec.
Promise, 8 minutes from now, once you click the subscribe button, there's going to be a Bugatti out there. Go check. It's not going to be guaranteed. Results may vary, but there should be, by all standards, comments will show people have gotten their Bugattis. So we'll talk to you in the next video.